Okay, let's go. We have a list here, all right? And then we're gonna sort this list. Cool. It's gonna sort at least to greatest. Let's print that. All right, let's run the code. Boom, list is sorted. Up here on this list, we start with 10. On this list, it starts with 2 and goes to 50. Cool, it sorted the list. Now, what if I wanted another list? Let's say list B, and I assign it to a.sort. And we print B. What's gonna happen? We'll see. It returns none. What? So when we assign this to this, B becomes an empty thing. There's nothing there. There's no variable there. There's nothing in B. So why did that happen? The answer is actually on the Python documentation. Let's go there. Okay, in this documentation, it's actually pretty good. This specifies just like more of like the history and the design reasons, okay, behind Python. So this question we're asking is, why doesn't list.sort return the sorted list? All right, and it says, in situations where performance matters, making a copy of the list just to sort it would be wasteful. Let's unpack what that means. If we have a list here, every time, let's say we're sorting A, every time we sort this list, okay, we are going to, if we created a new list every single time, it would be really wasteful. So essentially what's happening is, if every time we did this, we created a new sorted list, then we'd have to save both this list A and the new sorted list whenever we called this method, all right? Which, that's not very useful. That takes up a ton of memory. And so since we're gonna be doing this kind of sort thing a lot, what essentially is happening is Python just copy pastes. That's what it does. It deletes the old list or changes the old list when it sorts it, okay? So here it says, in order to remind us of this fact, boop, 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 therefore it returns when you do list.sort, it returns a list in place. In order to remind you of this fact, it does not return the sorted list. This way you won't be fooled into accidentally overriding the list when you need a sorted copy, but also need to keep the unsorted version around. All right, can I even read? No, I cannot. That is why I watch videos on this, and hopefully this will help you too, so you won't have to read. But the reason that B equals a.sort does not return anything is because they want to remind you that you're destroying this list when you do this a.sort. Okay, you are destroying this list here. That is what they're doing. They could have it return just the sorted list, but they want you to remember why. They want you to think, why in the world are you making a new variable for this list? Because you are changing this list. So just use the same list. If you wanted, A to be something different than B, then don't do that. So they actually they added a function in Python 2.4 in ancient times that lets you do this. Okay, so B equals sorted is the one. Sorted, it's not a method, it's a function, and sorted A. So now when we print B, it should give us a sorted list. Boom. There it is, sorted list of A. Let me scroll that up a little bit so you can see it. Clear this actually. Now I'm gonna have everyone and their grandmother in the comments being like, oh, this is how you clear the terminal in command line. Okay. Okay, I'm just explaining to learn. I don't know everything, obviously. I just know this one thing now, kind of. So let's print B as well. Let's print A first, and then let's print B, and then run it. You can see that A still is the original list we had, and B is the sorted version of that list. So that's how you sort it if you want to assign it something. You do not want, basically the reason it returns a none variable is just a reminder, all right? This is a disaster.